Nissan has revealed the next generation of its Leaf electric car. The world's best-selling EV with close to 300,000 sales in 49 markets, there are approximately 30,000 Leafs in Norway alone. However, despite great promises of success, it failed to really spark on the Irish market initially, proving to be a slow current. Still, there are now close to 1,600 on Irish roads. The new Leaf features sharper styling that is a far cry from the odd-looking first generation from 2010. The original had an exterior that was at best challenging on the eye. It was a love-hate design that turned as many off as on. A word of advice: if you value your health, don't say that to a Leaf owner, as they are all die-hard fanatics and incredibly proud of their cars. The new Leaf's bolder look is based on the IDS concept from 2015. The latest Micra gave us the strongest indication of how the front-wheel drive car styling would be. The new model sits on the same EV platform, but the body is new. The car is now slightly longer, wider and lower. Inside has received a total makeover. Again, the cabin is just slightly bigger, although the Leaf's original capacity was good to begin with. 6-footers will have plenty of leg and headroom both front and rear. Final specification is still being set, and the cars presented to us were pre-production. Of course, the most important question with any EV is not the styling but the driving range. The 5-seat hatchback gets a higher capacity 40 kWh battery as standard. When fully charged, the range is double the original's. Nissan now claims a maximum 378 km range from a single charge. Under Japanese regulations, Nissan claims a 400 km range. It also says the average Japan driver will only need to charge once a week. This increased range means the car can realistically do a daily commute without charging during the working day. Range anxiety has an evil twin, and that's the often poor availability of public charge points. I have cursed EV owners who plug in all day, blocking the charge point. They may be desperate to have enough charge to get them home, but at least the Leaf's now greater range should help avoid the stress. The new Leaf's range is right up there with the current crop of high-powered battery cars like the Renault Zoe 40 kWh and BMW i3. Charging the outgoing higher-powered 30 kWh Leaf from flat could take up 12 hours using a standard 3-pin plug, 3 kWh. The new 40 kWh Leaf using the same 3-pin plug takes up to a maximum of 16 hours from flat because of its higher capacity. If you use a more powerful EV home charger, 6 kWh, the new Leaf will take 8 hours to charge fully from flat. A 40-minute charge at a public quick charger, 50 kWh, can deliver 80% capacity. A new optional extra called e-pedal should be a must for buyers. This driving function allows a single-pedal driving experience. This key driving advance really caught my attention. The new e-pedal is activated by a switch near the incredibly tiny automatic gear shift. E-pedal gives the accelerator the functionality of 2 pedals. You press the e-pedal to go and simply lift off it to slow down and stop. I tried the new system on a simulator and it was easier than playing a video game. Electric vehicle drivers are familiar with the braking effect of lifting off the gas, so to speak, and feeling a braking effect. I have driven many a journey in lots of EVs with little need to touch the brakes. The new Leaf will also allow you stop on a gradient without rolling backwards by automatically engaging the traditional friction brakes. ProPilot, Nissan's catch-all name for its advanced driver assistance systems, featured in Nissan's presentation, and needless to say, the Leaf is capable of keeping occupants safe while also offering the usual party tricks like auto parking and auto emergency brake. The ease of use and near effortless driving experience with EVs that all feature automatic gearboxes is a huge part of their appeal, and the e-pedal is going to help the Leaf fight off the competition. At the moment, the Leaf is facing very strong competition in Ireland from the electric Ioniq from Hyundai. Nissan says there is a fleet of 1,200 Irish cars and a total Leaf car park of closer to 1,600 on Ireland's roads when you factor in private imports. Nissan says the Leaf in Japan will be similarly priced to the outgoing model. Irish prices for the 1,535 kilograms car will be finalized in October, and Ireland dealers will see showroom models arriving in late December. In Europe, Leaf sales will start in January 2018, with Ireland sales starting a month later. The existing Ireland grade structure of XE, SV and SV will continue. In 2019, a higher capacity Leaf will go on sale for those needing greater range. The current model comes with a 24 kWh or 30 kWh battery as a cost option. There is some run-out stock in the country, but no plans to continue selling this model alongside the new car. Nissan says 3.5 kilometers have been driven by Leafs collectively, with no major battery issues to date. The current Leaf is built in Japan for global sales and in Sunderland in the UK, for the European and Ireland markets. The new 40 kWh batteries are also built in Sunderland. When asked about Brexit and its impact on future UK manufacturing, Philip Klein, Chief Planning Officer at Nissan Global, refused to say whether Nissan would continue or not to build the car and battery in the UK. The senior figure's most telling line on the matter was, "We are pragmatic people. In the flesh, the new Leaf is drastically improved. The exterior styling is devoid of geeky awkward Leafness, if you know what I mean. Inside the cabin, get a new contemporary look with the usual touchscreen and current Nissan switchgear. Connectivity is improved too, with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto available features." Nissan pressed the point that the Leaf is no longer just an EV and has the real potential to become the core vehicle of the company. That is a bold statement, but even Nissan's CEO told us the world is shifting towards EV. The new Leaf looks like it will sit confidently in the compact family car category. It just happens to have an electric motor and 120 annual road tax. The Nissan Leaf may have neither the range nor cachet of a Tesla, but that hasn't stopped Nissan selling almost 300,000 Leafs since the car's introduction in 2010. But 7 years is a long time in the car world, to say nothing of the gains in lithium-ion battery technology since then. On Wednesday morning in Tokyo, Nissan unveiled the second-generation Leaf. It has more range and more power than the old car, yet it will cost slightly less when it goes on sale in Japan next month, then in the US, Canada, and Europe in this coming January. More range. As you might expect, or demand, it has had a range boost. At launch, the Leaf will have a 40 kWh pack, good for about 150 miles here in the US once it gets homologated by the EPA. If you need a vivid reminder of the differences between regulators, Nissan says that the car gets 400 kilometers on the Japanese JCOA test and should achieve 380 kilometers when Europe's NEDC homologates it. Charging times are 16 hours at 3 kilowatts, 8 hours at 6 kilowatts, and you can get an 80% charge in 40 minutes on a fast charger. More power. It is also a good deal more powerful than the outgoing car, 110 kilowatts, 147 horsepower, versus 80 kilowatts, 107 horsepower. Nissan has made the second Leaf a more aggressive-looking car, perhaps in reflection of this. It now wears the new Nissan corporate face, which hides a reconfigured charging port that should prevent Leaf owners from having to stoop over to plug their cars in. Styling details at the back, like those raised haunches over the rear wheels and the floating roofline, conspire to make the hatchback look almost like a crossover, at least to my eyes. The drag coefficient is 0.28, for those who like benchmarks. I do wish the engineers would tell us the CDA, which probably has more real-world use. When the 2019 model year arrives the second half of next year, a 60 kWh pack will also be available, giving the Leaf range parity with the Chevy Bolt. That car will also be more powerful, but we don't have any more details to go on at this time. More gadgets. The second-generation Leaf also enjoys some of the other modern conveniences the automobile industry has been working on. There's Nissan's driver assist system, called ProPilot Assist, which combines adaptive cruise control and lane keeping, plus a whole raft of other safety systems to warn of errant pedestrians or vehicles in various blind spots. The Leaf has also caught one-pedal fever, bumping up the reggae you experience when lifting off the throttle. It may seem a foreign concept to those who have never driven an electric vehicle, but it only takes a few minutes behind the wheel for it to become second nature, and it's good to see Nissan has taken this step. We're happy to report the interior redesign also includes a new infotainment system, one that doesn't look like an afterthought glued to the dash. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are included, and, as before, you can control some functions of the Leaf remotely. We hope Nissan has seriously beefed up its security approach this time around. Fewer dollars. Despite all the changes, Nissan has actually managed to shave a few dollars off the base price for this new generation. When it goes on sale next year in the US, it will start at $29,990, before any federal or local tax incentives.